But of course, we are starting with the historic strike here with the UAW. Let's get you caught up. So workers walked out of 3 plants at midnight, one in Michigan, one in Ohio, and one in Missouri. Let's go ahead and give you live pictures of what's happening right now. These are the workers that are picketing here at the Ford, Michigan assembly plant in Wayne. This plant makes Rangers and Broncos. All right, then we're going to give you some pictures that we just got out of Toledo, the Stellantis plant in Toledo. They make Jeep Wranglers and Gladiators. We had our chopper over there just a couple of moments ago, and you can see the strikers that are out there right now. And then I want to take you to well, we don't have pictures right now, but Wentzville, Missouri is the General Motors plant. They make the Chevy Colorado there and the GMC Canyon trucks and Savannah vans. So they are on strike out in Missouri as well. A total of about 12,700 people are out on the job. Of course, the UAW represents the 146,000 members. And this is part of that targeted strike tactic that UAW head Shawn Fain has been talking about. Not everyone walks off the job, but hitting each of the automakers. Just moments ago, President Biden addressed the strike and what he is looking at in this whole thing.
I do appreciate that the parties have been working around the clock. And when I first called them at the very first day of the negotiations, I said, please stay at the table as long as you can to try to work this out. And they've been around the clock, and the companies have made some significant offers. But I believe they should go further to ensure record corporate profits mean record contracts for the UAW. I'm going to say that again. Record corporate profits, which they have, should be shared by record contracts for the UAW. And just as we're building an economy of the future, we need labor agreements for the future. It's my hope that the parties can return to the negotiation table to forge a win-win agreement. To continue our active engagement, I'm dispatching 2 members of my team to Detroit. Acting Labor Secretary Julie Hsu and White House Senior Advisor Gene Sperling, both of them have been involved up to now, to offer their full support for the parties in reaching a contract.
And also looking at some kind of economic protections for auto suppliers in this situation, because it will impact them greatly as well. Now, leaders of the automakers have expressed frustration with the process, especially in the last couple of days, and the lack of back and forth before the contract expired last night. And this morning, GM's Mary Barra talked about the offer that the company put in on the table. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Well, our team has been working since July 18th to bargain in good faith. We've had over 1,000 demands. I'm extremely frustrated and disappointed. We don't need to be on strike right now. You know, we put a historic offer on the table that not only has very significant gross wage increases, total through the contract, over 20%, that compounded is 21%. But we also have job security. We maintain world-class health care. There's so many aspects of this, of the offer we have on the table, that I think really is going to resonate with our employees. So we didn't need to be here. So I would first tell them is thank you for everything you've done. I think we have the best manufacturing team on the field. And as we look at what we're doing to make sure we can invest in the future, that every one of our plants can have products, this is a very good offer. And, we want you back.
Ford's leader, Jim Farley, has also been talking about the historic offer that Ford has put on the table. They're looking at a 20% wage increase, Stellantis at 17.5%. All right, let's go ahead and get to Sean Lay. He is live in Wayne today with those workers who are on the line. Hey, Sean.
Let's set the scene, Christy. Love talking to you like this. We can kind of take a breath and really dig deep into what we're seeing, what the workers on the line are feeling. A lot of symbolism here. Here we have just a few people from the UAW out. This is a shift change, guys. Workers were out here from midnight on at Michigan, Ford's Wayne, Michigan assembly plant here. So shift change here. But if you look down Michigan Avenue here, at every entrance, you will have UAW members who are picketing and on strike. Also set the stage about the symbolism here. You can really kind of see what's happening, the impact here. So there's the assembly plant there that finishes very popular Bronco and Ranger. A lot of orders for Broncos, especially during COVID. People had to wait a long time for them. Very popular, but the plant is idle. You've got the workers out here. One of the line leaders said he'd rather be inside working on the autos there, but he has to be out here, and he is here and committed with his rank and file and brothers and sisters. If you come over here, there's a train. It would be moving perhaps back and forth with components from suppliers, small suppliers up to large suppliers. Those suppliers impacted big time. A transport truck there would have Broncos on it and Rangers, taking them to dealerships for people who are waiting on them. They want to get that brand new vehicle. All right, so here's how this went down, Christy, real quick. Yesterday, I was over at Jefferson North. All UAW members got this kind of playbook here about how to do this and what was going to happen at midnight. And I've talked to a lot of rank and file there. They were I said, what's your gut tell you? That's one of my favorite questions. What's your gut? We're going out. We're going out, and here's why. They are seeing raises in the offices, and they're not seeing the same type of wages where they are. One guy who's only on the job for 3 years, Christy, at JNAP, he makes $28 an hour. If the demands and the two sides come together on the number 36 to 40%, his wages near double, more than double. And you have to say, okay, what's the automaker with that kind of increase? And it'll be higher for people with more seniority. How are you going to absorb those costs? What's going to happen? What's going to happen to the price of vehicles? Things like that. So here, midnight, it says, walk away from your workstation. Do not touch anything. It said, gather your belongings and walk out very quietly. Do not say anything. Don't yell. Be very respectful. And this is interesting, Christy. Do not take any pictures or videos. The UAW members were told by the UAW to not go home, to report directly to their local, and then they would be given a game plan. So this is the only Michigan plant that's being struck right now here, Ford. But you go, due east of here, JNAP and Mac Assembly, it's up and running. I talked to one guy on the line this morning. I called him, and I said, what's it like there? He says, it's really quiet. It's interesting. We're on strike, but we're here building the vehicles right now. That's that targeted strike, Christy.
Hey, Sean, I'm really curious. Sean Fain has been so active on Facebook Live and really keeping membership posted on every single, most of the details, really, as this process has unfolded. Have people shared with you that they're all in with him, that they are thrilled that he is part of this, I think, new wave of leadership with the UAW that set an entirely different tone?
Yeah, great question. Clear as a bell. And we had the answer for that. I got a text yesterday from a guy that used to lead UAW. Now he's back in the plant, so he's got both sides here. He said, my guys here on this line, because we love what Sean Fain is doing. They love it. They don't not just love the updates, but they love the tough, demands. There's not a lot of negotiating going on. No negotiating going on right now. They are in favor of what Fain is doing. And I didn't talk to anyone. People did tell me I'm nervous, or I got to make sure we can pay the bills, kitchen table issues. We feel like we're prepared. But this guy texted me. He said, we like what he's doing. We like this approach. It's very aggressive and going, now, Christy, I covered Delco, which is Delphi. Charles Kettering from Belle Isle, his brake plant. He has got a history with Detroit and a history with Dayton. Huge brake plant. It went out in 93 or 94. And it was ugly. It was a more than 60-day strike in the dead of winter. Here, much more enthusiasm. And back then, there was no social media at all. And you've got Fain going on Facebook Live and updating and also, turning up the pressure. This is where we stand. We're not going to budge off some of these numbers. And the people I'm talking to, they like that right now.
All right, Sean, I know you're going to be out there all day. And Wayne, thanks so much for the reporting, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.